Welcome to our art book series, where we look at the artists that pushed the boundaries of visual expression. Today, we will look at the life of Mikhail Larionov, a pioneer of the Russian avant-garde. Mikhail Larionov was one of the most daring members of the Russian avant-garde. Painter, theorist, and provocateur, he defied traditions and expanded the possibilities of art in the early 20th century. Let's check into his life.
He was born on June 3, 1881 in Tiraspol, at the home of his maternal grandfather Petrovsky. His father, Fyodor Larionov, was a military pharmacist. His mother, Alexandra Larionova, came from a cultivated provincial milieu that would leave a lasting imprint on his sensibility. From 1891 to 1895, he moved to Moscow with his family and attended the Voskresensky Secondary School. The contrast between provincial Tiraspol and metropolitan Moscow began to shape his dual sensitivity to both urban and vernacular culture. He enrolled at the Moscow School of Painting, Sculpture and Architecture in 1898. He studied under Konstantin Korovin and Valentin Serev, absorbing both painterly freedom and structural discipline. He worked as an assistant to Mikhail Vrubel on the decorative design of the Metropole Hotel in Moscow in 1899, an early encounter with monumental and decorative thinking. He met Natalia Goncharova in 1900. Their lifelong artistic partnership began, grounded in dialogue, mutual influence, and shared experimentation. In 1903, he worked in Tiraspol with Goncharova, strengthening his connection to direct observation and rural motifs. He met Sergei Diaghilev in Moscow, opening a path toward international artistic networks. He lived and worked in Tiraspol in 1904 and participated in the 26th exhibition of the Moscow School. In this time, early Impressionist tendencies became visible. In 1905, he participated in the 27th exhibition of the Moscow School and exhibited Impressionist works, Barn Corner, Rose Bush, c. He also joined the third exhibition of the Union of Russian Artists, Moscow. He participated in major exhibitions in Moscow, St. Petersburg, Paris, Salon d'Automne, and Berlin in 1906. He traveled to Paris with Diaghilev's first direct encounter with French modernism. This year marked the transition from Impressionism toward a more independent pictorial language. From 1906 to 1907, he continued exhibiting with the Union of Russian Artists and began to distance himself from its aesthetic orientation. In 1907, he participated in exhibitions in Moscow, St. Petersburg, and the Venice Biennale. This time, he began to move toward primitivism and urban popular imagery. From 1908, he exhibited widely, Golden Fleece Salon, Kiev, St. Petersburg. He increased interest in folk forms, decorative simplification, and bold color as well. In 1909, he participated in the second Golden Fleece Salon and sixth exhibition of the Union of Russian Artists. He gradually ruptured with academic and symbolist traditions becomes visible. From 1909 to 1910, he participated in the first Izdebsky Salon, Odessa, Kiev, St. Petersburg, Riga, and exhibited early primitivist works, Provincial Dandy, A Walk in a Provincial Town. He graduated and received the rank of second-class artist. 1910 to 1911, he organized the Jack of Diamonds exhibition, a major moment in Russian avant-garde formation. Larionov exhibited the Soldier series and participated in the second Izdebsky Salon. This year, he began to emerge as a leading figure of the Moscow avant-garde. He participated in the Union of Youth exhibition in 1911. On December 8, he had the one-day solo exhibition, Society for Free Aesthetics, Moscow, and developed theoretical and polemical positions opposing Western epigonism. In 1912, he participated in Der Blaue Reiter exhibition, Munich, and organized the Donkey's Tail exhibition Definitive Break with Jack of Diamonds. This time, he produced futurist books, lithographs, and graphic experiments, and first Rayonist works appeared late in the year. However, military training interrupted his artistic activity. Larionov formulated and publicly presents Rayonism in 1913. He also organized the Target and Icon and Lubbock exhibitions. He participated in major futurist debates and manifestos. He discovered and promoted Nico Piraismani as well. This was the period of the peak of his avant-garde activity in Russia. In 1914, he traveled to Paris with Goncharova and returned to Russia after outbreak of war. This was the end of his Russian avant-garde period. He discharged from military service and returned to Europe with Diaghilev in 1915. From 1916 to 1917, he worked across Europe for ballets Russes and developed stage design as a major field of activity. From 1918 to 1919, he settled permanently in Paris and exhibited with Goncharova. He moved to Rue Jacques Callot in 1919. This was the period that he transited from avant-garde painter to émigré artist and designer. From 1920 to 1924, he illustrated literary works and designed for Prokofiev and Stravinsky. He also participated in exhibitions in Paris, Moscow, New York and was active in Russian émigré circles. From 1925 to 1929, he continued theater work and painting. In 1929, he had the new designs for Stravinsky's The Tale of the Fox. However, the death of Diaghilev marked a turning point. He had the solo exhibition at Galerie de l'Époque, Paris, which was the important moment of recognition in 1931. In 1936, he participated in Cubism and Abstract Art, MoMA, New York, and received international recognition. In 1938, he acquired French citizenship with Goncharova. From 1941 to 1946, he worked under wartime conditions, continues exhibiting. From 1948 to 1949, he renewed interest in early abstraction and Rayonism. In 1953, Guggenheim Museum acquired glass panel, Rayonist technique. In 1955, he married Natalia Goncharova. From 1956 to 1957, his retrospectives in France reinforced his historical importance. From 1960 to 1961, he participated in major retrospectives. He was celebrated as pioneer of abstraction. In 1962, Natalia Goncharova died. In 1963, he had major retrospective, Musée d'Art Moderne de la Ville de Paris. Finally, he passed away in Fontenay-aux-Roses and was buried at Ivry Cemetery in 1964.
Thank you for joining us as we turn these pages. In our next art journey, we'll look at the innovators who transformed the language of art.